Hydration. So I tried recording this the other day and tried to upload it, but the YouTube app is acting really weird. So if that suddenly shows up and this is a double post, like forgive me. Anyways, one of the common things that I get all the time is questions about hydration, and so I'm going to make a video about it because of the fact that I made a post telling people that you want to have glutamine, and then I got tons and tons of messages. People message me almost every day about it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, what is an isotonic solution is the first question we have to ask, and that's basically, a solution that has the same amount of salinity as your blood. So, if you guys look at like an IV solution that's like isotonic, that's 9 grams of sodium per liter of water. Okay, and that's quite a bit. Like if you guys check out an IV, like IV fluid is quite significant. Anyways, back to hydration and you. So, first off, stop buying overpriced electrolyte supplements. You guys are getting ripped off. This stuff is trash. And in fact, when you look at the dosages of how much sodium or magnesium or potassium is in them, it's massively underdosed. I don't know, surprised? Probably not. I would hope not. Anyways, odds are you probably don't need to add a whole lot of potassium. Your body's very good at holding on to potassium. It's sodium that you tend to lose. So this is not to say that this is not a prescription. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. If you are someone who has something like chronic kidney disease, which is something I suffer with due to too much gadolinium contrast dye, you may have to take different measures. And you'll need to talk to your nephrologist about that and figure that out. And that will be a nightmare of testing for you, and you'll get to do all kinds of fun stuff like a water deprivation test. Like real fun. Just wait till you try it. Anyways, for the normal people, okay, Gatorade. The old school Gatorade, not the one you buy at the grocery store. The old school Gatorade was very, very salty. It had a lot of sodium in it, and then it had, some sugar in it because carbohydrates are awesome. Now, how can you do this for yourself without having to purchase really expensive, overpriced electrolyte supplements? Here's what you do. You take like a bottle of water, so it's like 500 milliliters of water, and you're gonna start off. Don't dive in heavy on this. You can give yourself diarrhea. Oh, too much information, Chad. Yeah, except that like you would hate me if I told you do this and then you get fucking disaster pants and shit yourself in the middle of your workout. So I'm telling you straight up right now, if you throw a whole bunch of salt in and you're not used to doing this, you are going to give yourself explosive diarrhea. You will shit yourself during your workout. You're welcome. I spared you from embarrassing yourself at the gym. Now, start off with something like a quarter teaspoon, not tablespoon, teaspoon. I can't say enough times, teaspoon. Quarter teaspoon of salt. Just get something like Redmond real salt or some sea salt or whatever. A quarter teaspoon of salt. You want to put that in your water. Okay? Then you want to add a little bit of sugar. So you can go with a quarter teaspoon. You can go with half a teaspoon. I mean literally just table sugar. That's sucrose, and that has both glucose and fructose in it, and so actually it will break down in your body and it will actually assimilate faster. That's why high fructose corn syrup is not bad for athletes, actually. If you were consuming this while you're working out, the glucose and fructose actually helps with the hydration process. So like sugar is not bad in certain contexts. I certainly am not suggesting that people consume excessive amounts of sugar. Don't sit down and consume 100 grams of sugar or something like that. But certainly, you throw a teaspoon or a half teaspoon, whatever you want to put in there into your sugar. And, sugar, just regular, plain, granulated table sugar. Okay, you put a little bit of that in your water, and it will help with hydration. And the final thing is that you need glutamine or alanine. You can use alanine, but I recommend glutamine because it's cheaper and it's just as effective. And I don't understand the experts out there, how they don't know this, because this is standard. This is in literally every damn textbook out there. But somehow the experts are unaware of this, which makes me question their expertise if you haven't read basic textbooks that they use at undergrad level. So you don't even have an undergrad education. You haven't wasted, 4 years of your life. I'm kidding. You don't have to waste 4 years of your life. You can go buy one of these books and just read it yourself. You don't even have to have an education. But the point is that if you're an expert and you haven't read a textbook, then how the fuck are you an expert? Anyways, Gropper's Advanced Nutrition and Human Metabolism is the book that I recommend, and it very clearly explains why you need to have glutamine or alanine for proper hydration. You need this in order to transport the electrolytes and to assimilate the fluids into your system. So, here's what you're going to do. 500 milliliters of water, and you're going to put in a quarter to a half teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to put in a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of sugar. And then you're going to add 5 grams of glutamine. And there you go. Now you have an electrolyte formula. You have an intra-workout that is far more effective than any of these super expensive electrolyte powders that they're selling. Is this more inconvenient than buying these little packets and tearing them off and pouring them into your water? Probably, yeah, sure. Is this more effective? Yes. Conversely, if you don't like this, go buy some damn Pedialyte and throw some glutamine into it. Boom. There you go. It's basically ready-made for you. Pedialyte. That's how simple you can make this. And I really do mean it when I tell people stop buying the overpriced shit that isn't even dosed correctly. Okay? Now, all that being said, if you tolerate this very, very well, some people do. Some people have iron stomachs. You can add a little bit of sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. You can add a little bit of that to your water as well. And that works very well because, once again, you're getting sodium. And there's this interesting thing. You can look up the studies. Baking soda actually works very similar to the way that beta-alanine does. It helps you to buffer the hydrogen ions. So you'll actually have delayed time to exhaustion. You'll be able to train a little harder for a little longer. Beta-alanine is actually a pretty cool thing, with the way that it works, and it helps you buffer these hydrogen ions. But the truth is that sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, appears to be just as effective, although beta-alanine is probably something you can take a higher dose of without getting diarrhea from it. Oh, too much information. No problem. Back to what we're saying. Baking soda at high doses can cause diarrhea, so you should work your way up to it. Don't just randomly throw in a whole bunch of baking soda and find out the hard way. Start off with a very small dose. And if you have loose stools, then you know that that's probably not smart for you to add a whole lot more, because then you're going to have diarrhea instead of just simply loose stools. But baking soda works very similar to the way that beta-alanine does in terms of helping you to buffer the hydrogen ions, and plus the great part is that baking soda has sodium in it. So there you guys have it. Salt, sugar, and a little glutamine, and boom. You have an electrolyte formula that is a fantastic intra-workout, and it's way more effective than most of the crap that they're selling on the market. If you want to ramp this up even better, get some Pedialyte, throw some glutamine into it, and add some EAAs to it, and now you have a great peri-workout where now you're getting EAAs in. This is not rocket science. I'm telling you guys can go literally read that textbook, Gropper's Advanced Nutrition and Human Metabolism. You will find this in the textbook. I can't believe there are experts out there who haven't read a textbook before. So you need to start questioning people's expertise if they've never read a textbook. I just feel like this is basic knowledge that someone who's claiming to be an expert in something should have at least a basic understanding that we teach at the undergrad level. But somehow they don't. But they sell lots of products, and that's why you should trust them, because trust me, I sell this, right? Go buy some bulletproof coffee because it's mycotoxin free. All other coffees apparently aren't mycotoxin free, but that's a different topic for a different time. Be sure to buy the stuff that people are selling, because certainly they don't have any financial interest in you buying it. If you like the video, like the video. If you have an opinion, comment below. If you try this and you find out, oh my gosh, Chad, this is great, comment below. Tell other people why it's great. People comment to me and message me every day telling me how this is great. Adding glutamine and the salt to their water was the best thing that they've ever done. They were like, wow, my workouts are so much better. I feel hydrated finally. Give it a shot. And like I said, this is not a prescription. Those are just rough guidelines. If you have any type of condition, like chronic kidney disease, this is not for you. Do not do this. Do not do this. Don't even play with it. Go see a nephrologist. Get that checked out. Get it figured out. This is not what I do. I do not do this. I can't do this. I would die. It's just the way it is. If you have chronic kidney disease, you have to play by completely different rules. Life sucks, and you have to deal with that. So you have to see a doctor and get help. Anyways, if you guys like this kind of stuff, be sure to subscribe. We can talk about all kinds of interesting things that you can do in your pre-workout, peri-workout, post-workout windows, etc. to recover faster. By the way, we'll throw this in there. Skim milk. Skim milk. Look it up. Skim milk is fantastic for hydration. It's one of the best things you can possibly consume for hydration. Guess why? Skim milk has lactose. There's your sugar. It has sodium. Oh, there's your salt. And it has protein, which means it has the glutamine. Oh, shit. Skim milk. Same thing. Salt, sugar, and glutamine. Wow. No wonder skim milk is fantastic for rehydration. I know you're all shocked, but please look it up. Don't take my word for it. There's studies on this. You can read those studies. You can see for yourself. In fact, I recommend that you go see for yourself. Don't just take some asshole's word for it. I could just be some guy on the internet selling skim milk. I don't sell skim milk. I don't own a cow. But if I did, I would sell you skim milk. No, I wouldn't. I would sell you raw milk. Come on. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm not going to go through processing. That's got to be a pain in the ass and a half. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for your time. And, like I said, comment below if you try it and it works for you.